I'm up in Maine. I'm with John Shortland, my wife, and he's got a really nice farm up here. And kind of when you get two trappers together, hey, let me show you this spot, what would you do? And we were talking about otter, so I thought it'd be pretty cool to turn the camera on. I'm going to do a little two-part video right here, summertime. We're not actually catching anything, but this is a neat location, which you're going to get on the second video. You're going to see all of this. And what this is behind me is a good-sized river. What's the name of the? Saco River. It's pretty wide. You know, it's a good 120, 130 yards across. But what you're looking for when you're trapping for this, when you're trapping this bigger water, you've got a chance to catch toilets, or where the otter are going to be living the big water to go out and check the smaller stuff. This is what's so important for guys that are trying to rack up a lot of otter. Now, John can put a boat on this river, and he said there's 3 or 4 more look almost identical to this up and down this river, and there's one almost directly across. But because this between dam to dam where he's got his farm, he can almost take all the otter he wants to take off this one river right here without having to drive up and down, without having to spend a lot of fuel and have his costs go up and stuff like that. And the reason for that is the otter, the males and the ones that live here year round, they go up these little creeks. Even this one right now didn't have water flowing all the way up through it, but they will follow this drive for a long time looking for pools where fish and stuff get caught in the water. So if you're looking for an otter line and you get in a boat or you find people's farms, try to find 3 or 4 of these every 5 or 6 miles. If you do that on a decent body of water, you'll take majority of those otter, and if it's something you can get to quick, you can come in, have these set, come in and check them, take the otter out, and leave them out for a month or 2, depending on how much time you got to trap. But find these little cuts in these rivers like this is a huge advantage to a trapper, instead of running up and down, trying to find something to force an animal to do something, because it's already going to be here. And on the second video, I'm going to show you, I would set 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 traps right here, and this would be my set, if you want to call it that. Because when the family group comes up in here, it may be a week, it may be 10 days, but I'd rather catch 2 or 3, 4 to whack than wait for the next group to come down, and it's just way more effective than burning up and down the river or the road. Find these ahead of season, set them up heavy. Okay, I'm back on that little cut, which you're going to get to see a whole lot better. When I first came up here, you automatically go to the channel. That's the normal response for a trapper. But you're only going to get so many otter in that channel, because they're going to start stacking up and you're going to get an issue. This point where I'm standing right here, it comes off big water. They're not all creeks are going to be like this, and it swings around. Now what happens, otter will be out in the deeper water, but a lot of times if you ever see them, they're right across underneath the trees and the limbs and the roots, and they're hunting all along through here. So a lot of times they're up against the bank, just like a mink. So when I saw this location, I told John I'd set 1 on this point, 1 on the point directly across, because it's identical to this one, and then I would put 2 to 3 conibears up in this cut and just let it eat till you feel that you've taken enough otter out of this drainage, because you're going to take the otter out of this drainage. Now on this cut right here, don't make this complicated. Now where I trap in Tennessee, what I'm getting ready to do is legal. What I'm going to do here in Maine is not legal, but we can fix that. They have to have their traps submerged. And this is my new trapping dog. Everybody needs a poodle when they go trapping. The original hunting dog. But you could countersink this, since John's, it's John's property. There's no reason why he couldn't take a shovel and dig this down and make a little shelf right here just for his otter to get this trap underwater. Or you could go with a 220, a 280, whatever you need. But this type of set is extremely simple, but it's extremely deadly to an otter, because you're using the habits of that otter. Where this point is coming out, I'm right on the edge of this. And when that otter's coming around this point, this is the farthest point coming out here, it's right on the edge. Now just to help guide him, take some of this hemlock even if he's not right on the edge, we're just gonna kind of get him to come over here thinking that something's fell down in the water. We got an open chute. We've got our trap. It's coming through. And since we're after otter, I definitely want to camouflage this trap a little bit, but I want to give him the illusion that everything is open from his point of view. Plus, if you've got fishermen like we do, when you have nice days in the winter and fall, this is not something that's going to stand out to a fisherman like just a naked trap sitting here. The otter comes down through, he gets caught. Super simple set. That's what you're looking for. I'm going to stake this off, set this in real time. You're talking with a you said it's a Sullivan stand, John?
Sullivan, yeah.
Yeah, House Sullivan. That's a set that takes maybe a minute and a half to put in. I'm gonna go right over there. I'm gonna repeat that process, and that gives us 2 traps. And these are a lot more important than guys are gonna give it credit for, because when you do tag one up in this channel, those otter are gonna be out here for a long time, circling back and forth. And if you give them a chute to go through, they're gonna go through it, because when they see another otter in a trap, they're not gonna understand what's going on, and they hang around for a while. If you don't catch them coming in, there's a good chance if you catch one of them up here, then you'll catch one of them out here too. 2's always better than 1, 3's better than 2. So we're going to take this trap, go up in here. Don't make your otter trapping complicated, because there's no reason to. 15 feet into the chute right here, we've got a bramble of sticks and stuff. This is great. Don't come in here and start tearing all this mess out. You've got natural blocking here. The otter's going to come up. He's going to know how to get through here. We're going to give him a way just to make it a little bit easier. So don't make this stuff complicated. I've lifted this up just a little bit to see what the depth of it was. So I'm going to set this. It's on an angle. It doesn't have to be straight. That doesn't matter. Okay, I've got the trap there. In Maine, I have to push it down a little bit further. If I was actually trapping, take a couple of these browse. Now from just looking back, there's another chute an otter may try to take right here. I don't think he will, but there's no reason to take a chance. But when that otter's coming up this creek, it's going to look like, to him, he can go right under here, right through the middle of this channel and go up. And you'll catch that otter right there. Luckily, because the way there's a long chain on this trap, which I recommend, I can take this chain and go back as far as I can and stake it. There's deeper water behind me. It gets wider. When the otter's down and out, he's not going to be in every. You don't want to anchor this otter up in the middle of this, because it's an obstruction. You don't want that. Again, holy cow, that's a leech. Or is that an eel?
Probably an eel.
Okay, we don't have those in Tennessee. That's kind of freaky. He likes the trap. Simple, quick. The way this moves up, we can continue this up through there. Now, from the last time we had the camera on, John said this creek goes to abandoned beaver flow. That's perfect. Every otter that goes up down this river knows where that's at. When it gets water, there's going to be fish and stuff in there it can eat, it can hunt. It's going to travel up here. This will be a major highway. All we're doing is blocking it off. Now, this is absolutely, positively beautiful for otter. In the wintertime, when you start getting some rain in this particular creek, John says you get about 10 inches of water. Look at this beautiful channel right there. You can put in a 330. You can put in a 220. You see, in Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi, a lot of different states, that's legal. It's in water. In Mississippi and Louisiana, it don't have to be in water. It's legal at home. It's not legal here. But when the trapping season comes, that will be legal, because this is where the water line is. And those otter are going to know that channel's here. But let me warn you something about otter. with this, like this, and you've got your higher water, and you've got this little sandbar right here, you're gonna need to go cut one of these hemlocks, or if you're in North Carolina, crepe myrtle, whatever it is, and you need to just, make a fort. But on this side over here, you're gonna make a big bramble going across here, so when that otter's coming down, he sees this is really difficult to get up here on this dry hump, because they're gonna love this, and get them to come down here in that channel. If this is completely underwater, I would just take a stick of some kind. Just a little bit. I'd sit that right on top of the trap, even though this is underwater. Run this stuff down in the springs. Get that out of the kill area. And that's all you would have to do to take this otter. Now, say this fall your water doesn't come up like you're supposed to. This is just as beautiful, and probably more beautiful for this particular reason. You can set footholds in Maine. Just a little bit of water right here, you can take your foot. You take a number 3, number 4, CDR, whatever you have. Set that right here inside this channel, and you're going to act like you've got a conibear here. Gently block him in. Any otter right now that comes up this creek is going to get caught right there. So if he doesn't get caught on the 2 point sets, he doesn't get caught in the channel, he'll get caught right here. Vice versa, if he's coming down this thing, one gets tore up here, he's going to be on a chain, he's not going to drown. So he's going to be tearing the world up right here. Those other otter are going to go around him once they figure out he's not coming, but they're going to hang around for a while, and as they come up and down the channel around those points, you're going to start picking them off one by one. It's amazing, if you think about what you're doing, how you can multiple catch at what I'm considering one big set. Everything makes sense, John?
Yep.
Think you can catch an otter here?
You know I can.
You know you can? Well, I know you can too. But that's it. I just wanted to show, because this is a neat place. If you find several of these guys, you can really hammer otter pretty good, no matter where you're at in the country.